Hey Virgo, this is your August 2024 reading. We will be enjoying the sun moving into Virgo on the 23rd of August. We will be enjoying a little bit less that Mercury retrograde in Virgo this month, but however, what I picked up on for you Virgo as I was meditating on these cards was that, somebody or something really sweet has kind of started to make your life feel, I don't know, a breath of fresh air or just something really touching, and there's somebody really special or sweet in your world at the moment. The other thing, this is a card associated with Gemini, so perhaps this is the time to say this. Mars and Jupiter will be conjoining in Gemini on the 14th of August. Gemini is square to Virgo, so mutable signs like you and Pisces and Sagittarius and Gemini are going to be feeling the oomph from this transit more than others. It's definitely going to be helping things get picked up a notch and a shift in tempo right before Virgo season from the 14th of August onwards. Now let's see what is coming up in the tarot for you. Knight of Rods, that's that high tempo energy. It is also Sagittarius. So if you have any placements in any of the other mutable signs, so you might be a Virgo sun, moon or rising with placements in Pisces or Sagittarius or Gemini, you're certainly going to feel this kind of revving up and a kind of like a lot more ambition and drive really. Seven of Pentacles, to make money, to work, to push past the current threshold you're at so that you're kind of into new territory, a bigger level up. Page of Cups, very sweet. That's the little sweetie. That is the kind of like warm, beautiful, touching energy that's around you. Very sweet, very sincere and loving and pure, and it's just really brightened up your world. The Devil card, first major arcana. Second major arcana, the World card. Third major arcana card, which is of course you, the Hermit, the Virgo major arcana. Okay, King of Swords, Seven of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and finishing with the Nine of Cups. Love to see that. So this cute, special, sweet, loving energy that you are witnessing in the world around you, or that is part of your life right now, something even deeper comes with that towards the end of August. So these energies are really matched. You know what's currently on your mind in terms of who you feel connected to. Is it a child? Is it a friend? Is it a pet? Is it somebody who you are dating? This is something that is going to be enhanced even more towards the end of the month, where you feel even more full of love for this special soul. Rightio, let's get into it, Virgo. So right now when you see this, you're kind of hot to trot in August. It's very much like all systems go. You feel on one hand like, revitalized because you're full of energy, you're really full of beans, and that's interesting to see the World card in your recent past. Another knight here at the bottom of the deck, the Gemini knight, the Knight of Swords. Right, that's very interesting in terms of the astrology, because like I said, we've got that conjunction of Mars, planet of action, drive, stamina, libido, and strength, and kind of persuasion in the sign of Gemini with Jupiter, which is lucky and expansive and just blows things up and hypes things up and makes things more opportune really for you. It's interesting because this card, the World card, it's the last card in the deck. It's in your past. This tells me that you've already reached this kind of level on something where you can't really go any further. It's almost like you've graduated or you've reached the top of your game in terms of whatever the company is you work for, in terms of, handing over a body of work that is kind of final. You're not going to be retouching it. Some of you have kind of put a proposal out there. You've done the presentation, you've held the occasion, you've thrown the party, you've given birth, you've whatever you've done now to mark the end of a successful era in your life, and still you're not tired from this at all. In actual fact, you feel, if anything, just more and more alive and more regenerated and kind of ready to see what's basically coming next for you. and you seem to be very motivated in terms of where you're at, like in terms of bringing yourself just across the current line. Some of you feel like I'm not there yet, I'm still a long ways to go, I'm making progress, it's a little bit stunted, it's a little kind of unsure still. There might be some insecurity around this, like, will I have enough, will it be enough, have I done enough, and things like that. And the Seven of Pentacles is really here to say that August will be kind of not like make or break, but it will certainly push you past the current space you're in right now. And the Knight of Rods, full of ambition, full of drive, so that's great to see for you. The Page of Cups, there's some sort of a surprise in store for you, and I think that it's kind of coming in the first half of the month. A surprise visitor, maybe it's this person you love is coming to see you. The Page of Cups is like a date or a proposal, or somebody that you love coming to visit, coming home and inviting you somewhere. Could be something like that. It's some sort of a communication that brightens up your day, and you're really happy to hear from this person. You're really happy to make plans to see them. So the Page of Cups is something that's coming through that is going to warm your heart ASAP. Maybe you already even know about this and you just can't wait for this person to visit, come say hi. You might actually be going to like a pet store, an animal shelter. You might be kind of like doing like puppy yoga or something cute like that, or visiting a farm, visiting kids, having children around you, having some sort of an occasion to celebrate, like just really like pure sweet things in your life, whatever that might mean to you. Now the Devil card is an interesting one because it's in your subconscious. We have Saturn here kind of being a bit of a drag, and the highest self is saying, like, Virgo, yeah, you're going to need a lot of discipline. That's where that's coming through. You really need to start being a bit more disciplined with yourself. And I'm speaking as the kind of card of the highest self here. I'm speaking as the King of Swords. It's Saturnian. So we have Saturn retrograde in Pisces at the moment, right opposite you. You're not going to be able to not feel this. We spoke about this in your July reading. I'll link that below. But the King of Swords is very much saying, like, there is a limit to what you can do this month, all right? And the most important thing for you to do is take some action and push yourself out of your comfort zone, and keep doing that. Like, keep doing where you have a lot of energy towards, do that rather than slog away at things that just feel like clunky, blocked, or limited. That's probably Saturn's influence. It's opposite your sun or opposite your rising or moon, wherever your Virgo placements are. And Saturn does put a limit on things. It can feel a little cold, it can feel a little distant, it can feel like things are a little out of your reach when Saturn is involved. That's just because Saturn is, well, partially because it's associated with Chronos, god of time. There is certain times that time does have that more qualitative purpose, not just quantitative. Like, there's a season for everything. There's a time when things are seamless, and then there's a time when things are hard. Now, this is just some sort of a area of your life that you're struggling with, and you are being blocked there. Obviously, it's for a reason, because there are other parts of your life that are in full swing, especially where you feel like you have a lot of energy towards a fitness goal, towards a money goal, towards some sort of a pushing past the current limitation that you're on that. And then there's an area of life where it's really just like, just wait, okay? If this reading resonates, Virgo, I'll be pulling a further 10 cards to go deeper on the messages here, and I'll link that below, all right? The annoying thing about this reading is the Devil card, of course, because it's rooted in your subconscious, and it's associated with feeling deeply afraid, fearful, to the point of paralyzed, like, I don't think this is going to happen for me, I don't think I'll ever be able to do this. And it's really rooted so far down that the pure, light, sweet, gorgeous, heavenly people and things and Is it art? Is it music? Is it a pet? Is it something that's just so pure, too pure for this world? That is for some reason linked to the fear. So some of you might be saying like, oh, what a terrible world, and how could you, what are we going to do for the future generation? Somebody think of the children, that kind of an energy, this is just an example. But some of you are like having some existential fear at the moment. Probably commonplace, but also Saturn might be here to sort of say, hey, there's a limit to this, okay? There's a limit to this thinking. There's a limit to that kind of fear-based living, and asking you to kind of examine your reality, see your reality clearly, and start to see what you can actually do for yourself. And it's quite a lot. Your reality is pretty successful and motivated and alive. So the Hermit card tells me that when the sun moves into your sign on the 23rd, there is going to be this reflection on the progress you've been making for the first 2 weeks of the month. Some of you are actually going to be like under review or getting a result of something, a result of a test, a result of some sort of a consultation or something that you have been waiting on. And the Hermit card thanks you for your patience, and your result is coming soon. By the end of the month, you're very happy, you're very satisfied, you kind of got what you wanted. So if that's anything to do with that, then I think that's going to be really nice. The Six of Pentacles is also here to say that you kind of feel like which is good, like this is high self-esteem, like you deserve this. And the Six of Pentacles does say like, hey Virgo, guess what, like this is not going to be hampered for you. You deserve this support. You deserve this payout. Some of you are hoping to, and I think the Nine of Cups answers our question here as to the results being so happy, being so positive. Some of you are waiting to get, paid family leave approved, some sort of assistance from I don't know, your social care or something like that, some sort of assistance from maybe it is from the government, maybe it is from an institution like a bank, but you're getting some sort of support or financial aid or assistance. This could just be somebody paying you back that money that they owe you, or you get this kind of impression that a karmic deed is sort of settled for you. And I know I said I would only pull, I was going to wait till the extended to pull some cards, but there are kind of a couple of things that I want to clear up. I would love to look into the recent success of the World card, just to kind of like validate where you're coming from. Temperance. It's where you have just ascended majorly in your world. This is like next level kind of like blessings. So the kind of more prominent, bigger blessings in your world, you really have earned them, and they're part of the path you're taking forward. I'm not even going to ask which card I'm clearing this up for. There's just a few things I'd like to know, and I just want one card, and I'm sure that will lead me to where I'm supposed to go. The Queen of Cups. Well, I suppose that's coming with the Devil and the Page of Cups. Some of you are afraid of not having this relationship. Some of you are afraid of not having this connection. Some of you are thinking like, this is so good. Is it too good to be true? How do I make sure I don't lose this? And from that Devil card energy of fear of loss, fear of abandonment, it's really inviting you into what the Queen of Cups talks about. Filling your own cup first. Having, we hear that on our airplane, make sure you look after your own mask before attending to children and other people. Well, that is so that you can be of true help, and so that you are also sustained. So there is some sort of a fear around relationships, the quality of them, where they are in your life, the connection. Some of you feel like a little bit zapped or fearful around creativity and your imagination and your vision, and maybe even just your sense of like connections mainly. And then this like just sweeter than sweet energy is in your world, or you're aware of, and it's just, it could be a child that's been born into the world and in your family, or your own child, or one of your children is doing really well, or it could be a pet or a connection or a date or a friend, you know, something so sweet. And it's so good, it almost freaks you out. And for some of you, then there's like this trust issue, like, don't you believe that you're worthy of these beautiful connections? And when we don't think that we deserve friends or connections or happiness, then we can, you know, ultimately self-sabotage. That might be going a little deep. It might not be that deep. The Seven of Wands is just telling me that your environment at the moment looks like you should just keep hustling. You know, definitely is for some of you that are under like this review, waiting results of tests and consultations and things like that. I get it, it's kind of stressful, because the Seven of Wands is really upping the ante and telling you like there's competition, you know, it's a high stakes, like everybody wants this. You're feeling like really motivated by your environment because A, you have to be, and I mean B, just because Mars and Jupiter are square to Virgo this month, and it's like making things more driven, making things more focused, and like making the stakes even higher. That's what Jupiter is saying. The stakes are high this month, and I feel like it's a great end to the month where you get what you deserve and you're happy and you're like, please come again, like that was so great, I hope that we can do this again. And you feel really like, you know, talk about filling your cup, for sure. You probably really take that on. 9 cups full of emotional well-being, self-esteem and joy and wish come true energy. Love that. I will continue this reading now in the extended version, and if this is all you're sticking around for, Virgo, have an amazing month and a great Virgo season, of course. Looking forward to that as always. If you'd like to consider subscribing, liking or sharing, that would also be a great help to me. Take care. Bye.